Photos from history you weren't meant to see. This first one shows two women wearing triangle-shaped cones on their faces. The photo was taken in Canada in 1939, and they're actually wearing plastic headgear used to protect people from snowstorms. But this next photo gets a little bit darker. Many people thought this photo showed evidence of abuse in mental asylums, but that's actually not the truth. This was taken from an experiment by a French neurologist who believed facial expressions are a gateway to discover the human soul. He would use electrical probes to make the muscles in the face contract, which sometimes resulted in these exaggerated expressions. And the story behind this last photo is fascinating. In 1888, Harriet Cole donated her body to science after passing away. Then Dr. Rufus B. Weaver took 6 months to remove her entire nervous system. And that's what you see up here. This became an incredibly important teaching tool for future physicians. And since then, this procedure has only been successfully done 3 more times. Follow for more.
Bob, watch your doors, guys.
This college dorm room is so haunted they had to permanently close it to students. This is Ohio University's room 428. The only known case where an American university sealed a dorm is room 428 in Wilson Hall at Ohio University. Students aren't allowed to so much as step foot inside that room, and for good reason. You gotta hear this. 428 is permanently closed due to the numerous reports of hauntings and dangerous paranormal activity in the room. It all started in the 1970s when a male student passed away in room 428 under mysterious circumstances, meaning no one could agree on what happened to this young man. And after that, things started getting really weird. Years later, a female student moved in and used the room's energy to practice rituals. Not long after moving in, she passed away mysteriously as well. And once again, no one could really agree on a reason why. And ever since the two, anyone who moved into the dorm reported terrifying occurrences at all hours of the day and night. Objects would fly across the room on their own accord. Students would hear disembodied voices, whispering, and even shouting, even though there was no one there. And even stranger, haunting faces kept appearing in the wood grain of the room's door. This happened over and over. The school even replaced the door many times, but the faces would always reappear. Eventually, it got to be too much. They were getting complaints and calls about this room all the time. And the university decided to seal the door shut forever. And this is the only known case where a dorm room has been sealed off in the United States. Mediums have found that this building is located at the center of 5 ancient cemeteries, and room 428 is some kind of a portal. This really reminds me of Dudleytown, just one horrible event after another, and eventually they have to close it. What are your thoughts on room 428?
These are scary things to do with your friends, part 1. This is the red room number. And they say if you dial the number, you will hear garbled voices and scary music. And as you stay on the line, a very distinct voice will deliver creepy messages to you. They say if you ever call the red room number or answer any incoming calls from it, someone will figure out your physical location, kidnap you, and then bring you to a red room, which is a place where people go to get tortured and killed. This is extremely scary and would definitely give you and your friends some sort of excitement, but be careful because nobody wants to go to the red room. We might have discovered hell on Earth. This is the deepest man-made hole on Earth. It goes 7.5 miles deep, and it took 19 years to create. Many weird and strange things were discovered as they were digging. But when they lowered a microphone all the way down, they captured this audio. And many people believe it's the underworld.
Never go in the woods of southeast Oklahoma. On a foggy day in 1970, a group of high school kids are cruising the back roads of southeast Oklahoma. One of the boys had to pee, so they pulled over. He got out of the truck, walked about 50 yards into the woods so that he couldn't be seen. He heard a tree snap, looked up, and he's staring in the eyes of a creature 3 foot taller than any man. It had matted hair, red eyes, and blood dripping off of its chin. The boys ran as fast as they could back to the truck, yelling, "Start the truck, start the truck." But what happens next is terrifying. The boys go to the sheriff's department, and when the deputy goes out to investigate, all he sees is animal carcasses everywhere, and the legend of the Green Hill Monster was born.
You're all I need, all I need, all I need. Let me tell you what you need to hear. Cause I need you close, I need you near. Let me tell you what you need to hear. Cause I need you close, I need you near. You're all I need. You're all I see when I close my eyes and dream. You're all I see. You're all I need, all I need, all I need. Let me tell you what you need to.
Communications.
I'm a plumber and I'm on site for a job, and we got we're snaking a drain, and we've been pulling back. We probably pulled back about 10 pounds, 15 pounds of it looks like flesh type of stuff, meat, and we don't know what it is.
The issue started several days before. He didn't want any plumbers called. He tried snaking the drain himself. He was taking efforts to fix it. By the 29th, it was getting so bad. The smell, the pipes were backing up into the people's bathtubs. People upstairs just took it upon themselves to call a plumber. The officers on the scene decided to knock on the door of Adam Strong's basement apartment. They recall him putting his head down and making a comment almost instantaneously that the jig's up, it's a body.